What's going on YouTube? This is Rob A again, and today we are going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunter's Shockwave. Yeah, it's Shockwave. What else is there to say, really? It comes in a big old box. It feels bigger than the other Prime Voyager boxes. I don't know for sure if it is or not, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like, it feels really big. But as you can see, he's off to the side, so he's probably about the same size. He's just got all this other stuff here, his little beast armor. He's got a little try-me window where you can see his gimmick. He's got a little photon cannon arm. Oh, hyperflux cannon. I am so sorry, YouTube. So sorry. He's got his hyperflux cannon. He's a Decepticon. He's level 2, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much that. It says on the side here, the cunning and brutal Decepticon scientist Shockwave plans to clone an unstoppable Predacon army. Woo! Alright, you can see his technical data here. Everything looks about it, you know, like how it should be. No glaring craziness going on here. I don't know if he's really that courageous. I mean, he's very cold and calculated, but I don't really, never really see him running into battle or anything, but I don't know. Who knows? Who can say? He's got a Cybertronian tank mode, also known as a crab that's been hit by a car and flattened out pretty good. And he's got his robot mode, which looks, so far, fantastic. So, really, who cares about this box? I'm going to rip it open, get this guy out, and I'll show you guys what he's all about. See you in a moment. Alright guys, so here we have Shockwave in his vehicle mode. And, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a, sort of a tank, jiggy. It rolls not terribly well. I mean, it has free rolling wheels, but just because of the nature of the treads back here, which are rubber, the wheels in the back don't always touch the ground, and sometimes this arm likes to kind of stick out down a little bit too far, but it does roll a fair bit. As you can see, yeah, it's got a very wide stance. It looks a little bit like a Sphinx from the front. If you ask me, even from the side, a little bit Sphinx-like, which maybe fits in with Shockwave somehow. I'm not sure. He's a mysterious character. But it's a pretty big form, if for no other reason than because it's so spread out. But you can see here is Voyager Prime with Shockwave here. And Shockwave's pretty large, but again, Prime has all of his mass, like, compacted in here, whereas Shockwave's is kind of like flattened out and spread a whole lot. So his hyperflux cannon gimmick does work in this mode as well, and as far as gimmicks go, it's pretty cool because you don't want it to be, and it isn't. You know, it's not obtrusive. I mean, yeah, there's this thing, which is kind of annoyingly present. I mean, it's always going to be sticking out there. But really, it's not a big deal. If you're someone that hates it so very much, you could easily just, unscrew this and pop the trigger itself out, and then this would just stay as it is. So yeah, it does come with the beast armor, which is little rubberized bits that you can just plug in to the tank mode or robot mode, and we'll do that now. Just gotta find the peg holes, just like so. One there, and one there, and there you go. Here you have the crab monster. It's Prime Beast Wars Rampage, everybody. How about it? Oh, man. Oh, I feed on fear. Yeah, that was my Rampage impression. So, anyway, yeah, so I mean, it's, you know, it's decent. It's very lopsided because, as you can see, it's basically flat. I mean, it's Shockwave if he were definitely hit by a bus and just kind of pancaked out, and then one arm goes behind him, one arm goes in front of him, and yeah. But I mean, all in all, the robot mode that it delivers is totally worth the kind of, I'm gonna say afterthought, but I'm not really gonna go that far. That's just the best I can come up with to describe it right now. But we're gonna go ahead and transform this guy into robot mode and see if the result there is a little more substantial. All right, guys, see you in a second. Okay, so to transform Shockwave here, we're just gonna pop these bits off and just put them on the side, just like that. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna unplug the cannon from the top of the vehicle mode here. And as you can see, these panels are just kind of loose. I don't think they really plug into anything anywhere in vehicle mode, but just get that off to the side, and then you're going to unplug this arm and just pull that up and out of the way. These two bits are just going to come up like this. There we go. This middle piece is going to come up and form the chest, just like so. You just want to come down, straighten out the legs. You want to turn them so that the purple is facing front. Those are going to be his thighs. And then you want to push. You see how this is on like a sliding joint? You just want to push that back and then push the foot up. And then on the other side, just push this back and push the foot up. Oh, I think that one actually went a little too far back. There we go. It should kind of be flush all the way down. There we have that. Just want to get his shoulders properly aligned here. And then the the wheels back here, you just want to collapse those in. And come up here on the left-hand side. And you can, actually you can pull this out, it might make it a little easier. Just reach your fingers in there and pull out the tread, and then stick that back, and then put that back down. You can also raise these little spinety bits if you so desire. I think I like the way it looks kind of out like that. And then this end of the tread is just going to plug right into the side of the gun here, just like so, and it fits very snugly. It's in there nice and tight. And then you just want to turn this guy's head around. Bam! Shockwave. He ain't messing. Alright. And there you have Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Shockwave. Very nice. Very nice. I really dig the design of this guy. I love the I love his face sculpt. You can see it there. He's got a nice wicked face sculpt. He has light piping in his eye. And I really do think he's pretty cool looking. Now, just to get it out of the way, because I'm not going to have it for the whole review, but this stuff does still plug in to him, if you so desire, to his chest, and then these go on his shoulder pads, just like so. He also has a connector point right here to plug in weapons or whatever whatever you want to plug in there. Yeah, so that's the armor. It doesn't necessarily look bad. It just, I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't really add anything to the figure. Yeah. But as you can see, there's some very nice paint apps here. There's some silver, dark gray, and purple, of course. He's got the cannon arm gimmick, which I think is pretty awesome, actually. The more I play with it, the more I enjoy it. So he's got like his big old cannon arm that spins up and then starts firing out crazy beams of chaotic energy or whatever. Yeah, so articulation on this guy. His head, unfortunately, is just a swivel. There's no ball joint here, but that's alright. It's not really a big deal. You get a little bit of forward and backward movement in the shoulders just due to transformation. And thanks to these little bits here, his arms can go up a fair bit. And even this thing doesn't really hinder movement too much, and you can always unplug it if you're not really feeling it. This arm is weird though, because it'll get into some crazy positions without you really trying. He does have an elbow joint here. He does have a bicep swivel right here, and another swivel at the hand. He has a bicep swivel here, elbow, and this hand is on a ball joint, so you can get some decent movement out of that as well. I love the little pointy, spiky fingers of Evil. No waist articulation. He's got an upper thigh swivel here, and legs forward and back. And there's one thing that's kind of weird about this figure. Like the one big letdown, I guess. And there's really only the one as far as I'm concerned. And this is it. So he has outward movement in his legs, and that is great. And you can even get his legs to go out farther if you just turn his thigh a little bit. But here's the deal. He has soft ratchets in his legs, and this is the first click. Bam, like that. So one click out, and this guy is like spread eagle. And then, the next, you click once in, and he's, standing close together. So in order to get any kind of like standing pose, you kind of have to, you really have to fiddle with it. You got to put him in more of a dynamic pose in order to make it look any kind of natural, but it doesn't really work all that well. So just because of the way his feet work, like he doesn't have any ankle tilts. He's got a lower knee swivel, and his knees are on ratchets, which is cool. But yeah, it can be a little difficult to pose this guy. So just be aware of that. It's really, it is annoying. I'm not going to say it's not. And it certainly points off, but overall, this figure, I like it a whole lot. I really think it's a good job. I think it's a good Shockwave. You can see him with Masterpiece Soundwave in the back. Yeah, I just really do like him. I think that leg thing is really a bummer. I don't understand why they went with that, but I cannot try and translate all of these things. I just have to live with them, and it's quite alright. Alright, so size comparisons here. First of all, here he is with Beast Hunter's Voyager Prime, and as you can see, Voyager Prime is a bulky Voyager. Shockwave is a bulkier Voyager. Prime has very wide shoulders, but overall, Shockwave is just looks bigger. Looks big and imposing and menacing, and just really nice. Another, I guess we'll put Shockwave right here. Alright. We'll put this guy here, Predaking. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the larger version of Predaking, because I don't think this one's quite cutting it. And then we'll just stick Megatron over here. And I think what we get is a very, very nice representation of Shockwave from Transformers Prime. I think the figure's fantastic. Yes, the leg thing really bugs me. I don't know why they made that decision, since they don't have that sort of leg movement on any of the other Prime Voyagers that I'm aware of. He's got an awesome gimmick that does not interfere with the aesthetic or the transformation or anything on the figure. He comes with some extra armor bits that are, they're whatever, they're fine. You could even stick some claws on Megatron here and have him have that, I guess, or Predaking, because Predaking might need an extra set of claws for whatever reason. It's like, I'm feeling really Wolverine today, so here's my big ol' hand claws. Yeah, but I think Shockwave's pretty awesome, and I think he's definitely a worthwhile buy. And he's definitely gonna go on. I'll probably just stick this guy on my classics shelf. Oh, one more. We'll do. We'll stick him with Flat Stanley here. Smokescreen. There we go. Smokescreen. So he's definitely towering above Smokescreen. And even more, here he is with his Fall of Cybertron counterpart. So as you can see, he is definitely not taking any guff from these two suckers here. So yeah, Shockwave, pretty awesome. Definitely go pick him up if you find him. Definitely a worthwhile purchase, even despite the kind of annoying leg situation. I'm wondering if I can even just go in and kind of maybe shave down the first little tooth on the gear there, and maybe get another better stance out of him. But if you just kind of turn his feet toward the side, he looks decent. I mean, he kind of stands the way he does in the show, so it's little we've seen him in the show. But I think that's going to do it for this review, guys. I'm so thankful for all of my subs. Thank you very much for watching. As always, keep commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.